Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. And in this one, I just want to give some first impressions and honest thoughts on Exeggutor EX so far. And I'm going to be brutally honest, as someone who loves rogue decks, who loves Exeggutor, who loves coin flips. I genuinely think this deck is trash. Now, this list, I agree, is not perfect. There's definitely room for improvement. But my first impressions with the Exeggutor is it's just not very good at all. I don't know what it is about this format, but having 300 HP on a 2 prize stage 1 with no weakness is still not very good. I don't know what it is. It's just something really not that good about this card. And, I'm assuming part of it is to do with the fact that your energy cost is a bit awkward. You do have to use Crispin. But to be honest, energy hasn't been my biggest problem. It's just the fact that I can set up one or two of these guys comfortably, and then my opponent will just come in there and one-shot them. And then at that point, I'm just like, okay, why am I not just playing like Raging Bolt, Saraluge, Terrapagos, Dusknoir, like all these decks out there that can one-shot this thing, Even like Charizard in the mid to late game, or like even sooner with Dusknoir. So to be honest, it's a very hard recommendation. Now, the flip side of that, because, as with a coin flip, there is always the heads and the tails. The flip side of that is it's still a lot of fun to play. It's still absolutely fine as a casual deck. It still doesn't have like the worst matchup spread in the world, I guess, if you're willing to excuse the fact that, Exeggcute only has 30 HP, which like Precocious Evolution does offset this quite a bit, especially if you go first, because it just means you can evolve straight away into Exeggutor, and then the following turn use Tropical Frenzy. Or, if you get the crystal attached, then you can use Swinging Sphere, which is quite good. But, aside from that, for the rest of the game, you will have to still bench Exeggcutes. So at that point, your opponent can just hoover these guys up, either with a spread attacker or with something like, what's it called? Why is my mind going blank? Monkey Dory. That's another one that sees a lot of play. So, yeah, Exeggcute, unfortunately, very easily sniped. I would definitely say I've had more success with Galvantula, fun enough, so far. I do think part of that is because Galvantula is lightning colorless, so it's a bit less demanding on the energy frontier. And you can also one shot, like evolving V's or even some basic EX Pokemon with Galvantula for 2 energy. You just can't with Exeggutor. You do 150. You can charge up some energy from hand, but really, that's not the biggest issue with this deck at all. It is quite literally just the HP. Now, going back to positives, because there's a few more, like, I do think these attacks are very fun. Like, Swing Sphere is a lot of fun if you get it to work. Like, flip a coin if heads, knock out your opponent's active basic Pokemon. If tails, knock out one of your opponent's benched basic Pokemon. It's not going to do much against the likes of Charizard, of course. Like, you will have to do some boss shenanigans aside from that. But, it's still a fun attack to mess around with. And I am playing 2 of the single prize Exeggutor with the attack Barrage O'Clock, which says flip a coin for each energy attached to both active Pokemon, and the attack does 60 damage for each heads. So I might do a budget deck profile in the future where I look at this one in more detail, just because, I feel okay showing like wins and losses with a more budget focused build, because it's just a lot of fun and a lot of laughs at the end of the day. But with a rogue deck like this, these are a lot of money credits wise. 600 a piece if you just go for the regular. I know these ones are a bit more expensive. You get one of these for free when you log in. You get one of these. Well, I pulled mine from a pack, but you could also run 4 copies if you wanted to. That's perfectly fine. But support Pokemon aside, which you could change around a lot to make it as consistent as you wanted it to. I honestly just don't think this guy is worth it, really. And it's a very hard recommendation, which is a shame, because I was kind of looking forward to playing this. I think the attacks are really fun. I thought it would make for at least a semi-playable rogue deck, but so far the deck has been like borderline unplayable, which is a massive shame. I think in like a very, very casual setting, like maybe at a local league challenge or something, it would be absolutely fine depending on how competitive it is there. But, I can't really, in a good conscience, recommend, you go out and build this IRL, or, especially IRL, but online it's a bit more forgiving with the credit system. But yeah, just go over some trainers very quickly. I've just been doing my best to kind of shake things up a bit trainer-wise. I'm like trying to make it more focused on stuff like Pokégear, just because I'm conscious that your draw power is limited to Bibarel, really. I know maybe Radiant Greninja should be in this list, but I was finding I was just like discarding way too many energy with Greninja, so that just wasn't working out at all. Bug Catcher Set is a really, really good card and kind of what elevates this deck from like the bulk pile, in my opinion, to semi-playable. This allows you to look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and you may reveal up to 2 in any combination of grass Pokemon and basic grass energy. So can be fantastic, but sadly the EX is Dragon type, so you won't be able to grab the EX, but you will be able to get Exeggcutes and Exeggutors and grass energy, so that's nice. But yeah, have to run Poffin as well to get Bidoofs and Manaphy's. I am playing Capturing Aroma. Like, if you really wanted to streamline things, you could remove the Aroma completely to add a second Poffin and a 4th Ultra Ball, but I quite like Capturing Aroma because it's not as like costly as Ultra Ball, and when it works, it's usually fine. So yeah, Capturing Aroma is quite a nice one. Earthen Vessel is quite important as well, of course. Crispin's pretty good. Hisuian Evolve, just because you're playing like multiple evolutions, it just feels wise to have an extra out to get an Exeggcute out the prized cards if you must. And also playing Judge because, no one expects you to play Judge, so I quite like it in that sense. Also, the deck doesn't take a lot to like actually do Tropical Frenzy turn 2, so being able to Judge is quite nice. But yeah, let me know what you think of this list down below. Do you have a winning Exeggutor list? If someone wants to share their winning list, please share it with me, and I'll showcase it for you. But yeah, this has been PAR, and yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, so unfortunately we are going first. Now, you'd think first would be pretty good with Exeggutor because it allows you to, evolve up pretty much immediately. But sadly, because, I suppose against Saraluge it's okay because Will-O-Wisp would be able to KO Exeggcute, which they might do if they have a boss's orders, which would be annoying, but I think we should be okay just to do this. I will go ahead and use another Bug Catcher set, just to see if we get any grass energy to attach. That would be nice. Okay, a 3rd egg, I guess I'll take that. Might not need more than 2 in play, to be honest, unless we start to use a single prize egg. And then, I guess, one more Bug Catcher. I could use Earthen Vessel, I guess, to thin out a bit first, but okay, so RIP. Okay, I will get the energy down. I think that's kind of important in this deck. So we'll Earthen Vessel away maybe an Exeggcute, actually. I don't think I need 3. Maybe not in this matchup, actually. Well, we'll keep Ultra Ball. I will get rid of Iono. Yes. Although maybe Boss, actually, would have been better there. Okay, we'll take Grass, and we'll take Water. So I am playing quite a lot of energy in this particular build. I just feel it's kind of important. I actually should have checked if we had the A spec in the deck, actually. That was a bit silly of me. Okay, so energy there, that's fine. And yes, I will bench the other Exeggcute. And then we'll just end turn. So absolutely not bad for first turn. It's just a shame that we couldn't use Precocious Evolution, really, because it just gives you a bit more, I guess, insurance against getting KO'd from stuff like Charcadet. So my opponent goes ahead and researches. They do discard a lot of energy, which is a bit unfortunate for us. So they're probably going to get those 1-hit KOs a bit sooner than usual. They are going to Squawkabilly their entire hand away, which is really annoying. Thankfully for us, though, if we flip tails on Swinging Sphene, we will be able to, take 2 prizes there, which is nice. And Swinging Sphene will kind of be our main way of taking out Saraluge. So that's something worth bearing in mind at the very least. They are okay. That's quite lucky. That is terrifying. So yeah. So they are already doing ludicrously high damage. So that is very unfortunate. I've popped off like this before with Saraluge, so I know how it feels. But yeah, they're playing the Drillbur build with like fighting energy, and they're even playing Roxanne, which is interesting. I can't imagine they're playing more than 1 Roxanne though. So we will at the very least be able to take out Charcadet, at the very least with this hand, which is cool. So evolve here. Just thinking if I want to discard some stuffs, and I will do that, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to use Crispin, actually, to retreat. which, yeah, I'll use Crispin and then Bibarel. What I think I'm going to do, because I don't need the Arven this turn, what I'm going to do is just use Tropical Frenzy or Tropical Fever. So we'll use Crispin to retreat Bidoof, which is fine. I don't mind doing this. Put that one in hand, and then we'll attach that one to discard. So fighting in hand, yep, that's correct. And then we use the water discard for Bidoof. So the other alternative there would have been to like chase down a Switch, but I think it's okay doing this. You know, because we could have like Arvened for a Switch and Crystal, but I didn't check to see if the Crystal was in there. I didn't check again, actually. I could have done there with a Crispin, but I didn't. That was a bit silly, actually. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to, yep, attach that there. That's important. Make sure we don't attach the wrong basic energy. Evolve here. I've got to make sure this doesn't get boss stalled, which is quite annoying if that happens. Industrious Incisors. We're setting up quite nicely, though, which is good. Got a bunch of stuff. Okay, some Capturing Aromas. These could lead to Pokemon. Please be Evolution, though. Heads. I'm pretty sure that's a basic. Is it? Oh, no, it's Evolution. Okay, that's good. I'll take another Egg EX. And then I might just save the other Aroma for now. I don't think we need it. Although, we could remove some potential... Actually, no, it's fine. Right, I will Tropical Frenzy. We have the Switch in hand, actually, which is really nice. So, what that just does is... And... Yes, I will attach here. I mean, if he can one-shot us, like, if he can actually one-shot us, like, next turn, we've just lost anyway, so... I'm not sure, like, just how much damage he's doing yet. Got quite a bit of lag there. Flippin' heck. Okay, there's the crystal. The one crystal we've been talking about the entire time. Okay, that's cool. So he's down 13 energy, so that's what? 260... 290-ish? Is he doing 300? I think he might actually be doing enough, you know. Oh, that's bad news for us. Big time. Okay, so it does look like, unfortunately, that my opponent will be able to just, like, absolutely destroy us here. Unless they're, like, struggling to find a Ceruledge, but, like, they have, like, one of the fastest decks in the game, so... Unless they've, like, prized 3 Ceruledge EX or something, which would be glorious. But no, okay, they get Ultra Ball. Yeah, unfortunately, I think them finding Mixer that quickly just means that they'll be able to one-shot us here. I think they can one-shot us, even without weakness. 300 HP, they can do it. So let's see just how much Abyssal Flames is doing. If they do one-shot us here, unfortunately, this will be a... Yeah. Okay, Okay, this game totally isn't broken. Can I do anything in this matchup? I don't think I can. Yes. Even with Sparkling Crystal, I think I just have to concede. So, we'll hit the thumbs up, and we'll concede there. Bit of a shame, but hey-ho.